Hi guys, today's video is about Key Vault and how we can access Key Vault secrets through Azure Data Factory. So a Key Vault is basically a cloud service which is used to securely store information. We can store any information in Key Vault. We can store API keys, DB passwords, or any other keys which needs to be secured. So to see this demo, what we need to do is we need to create a key vault and a secret, and then we'll access this secret through our Azure Data Factory. So let's get started. So to create a key vault, I'll click on key vault, click on create. I already have a resource group, so I just selected the same and the region would be West US. You can put it in any region. Click on review and create. Click on create. So the deployment is happening. So my deployment is complete. I'll click on go to resource. This is how the Key Vault portal looks like. To create a secret, in the left panel, click on secrets, click on generate, and I'll name my secret as admin db password, and you can put any value. I mean, if you're putting a SQL password here, you can put the password here. So this is the value which you'll be fetching. So my value is Mint Studio and create. So I'll go in this again. This is the current version. If you create a new version, this will not get overridden, but you will have to give the version key also. So I'll click on this, and here I will be able to see my secret value. It's Mint Studio. So now I'll go to my Azure Data Factory. In Azure Data Factory, I'll create a new pipeline. Get key vault keys, and I will have to get the key vault keys using a web activity because I'll be using a key vault API to do that. So to call the API, I'll have to go back into key vault, go in secrets, click on the secret, and here you'll see it's a secret identifier. So I'll just copy the secret identifier and at the end in the REST API, this is the query param which needs to be passed. So this is the REST API call, and I'll copy this here. I'll paste the URL here, and the API method would be get. Method would be get, and here the authentication would be managed identity, and in the resource I will need to give this URL. So I'll just validate to check if I have any errors. No, I don't have, and I'll just publish this. So now we have both the resources in place. Now it's time for our key vault to have access of ADF factory and ADF to have access of our key vault. So we'll go back into our key vault and we'll go to access policies. So for data factory to access the key vault, we need to give access to a data factory. So we'll click add access policies. This is the type of access we would like to give to our data factory. So I'm giving it a key, secret, and certificate management access. And then I'll select the principal. Principal is my data factory. So I'll search for my data factory, Azure Demo ADF, click on select and add, and click on save. Now it's the access is created, so I'll go back to my data factory and I'll just try and run this. So in the input you can see that it's calling this REST API. This is the URL, this is the get method, and the authentication type is manage identity. And you can see it succeeded. Now let's see, do we have the value in here or not? So if we see here, this is the value. So basically, in case if you want to use this value in the next activity, so you can just use this by referencing this activity's output. I'll show you how. So I'm just pulling this web activity which should run after this web activity. And in here, for example, if you want to build in a dynamic URL using the value which we got from the output, so just click here, click on add dynamic content, and you can see that it's there. Get secret activity, activity output is there. You just have to add value param and you're good to go. So this will become the input for this web activity. So here it will get populated. Let's just see. Needs a method. I'm just trying to show you the input. I'm not filling everything here. It'll fail, but I'm just trying to show you the input. So this got called first. See, we have the value in here, which is Mint Studio, and here in the input, we should have the same value. So in the input, the URL is Mint Studio. So this is how we can use one activity's output in another activity's input. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching and keep learning.